Did you know that more than 3 million people take the IELTS test every year? They take the IELTS test because they want to grow in their career, study abroad, or just move to another country and change their lives. Everybody knows that English is an international language and that if you can speak it, you will have many more and much better opportunities. However, speaking the language is not enough. You have to prove you can speak it. Otherwise, you won't benefit from it. For example, I have been a teacher since 2008, but only in 2013 I got my international certification. In my case, for example, I didn't take the IELTS. As I am a teacher, the certificate I needed was the CELTA, which is a certification for teachers provided by Cambridge University. After I got this certificate, I got much better opportunities. I can say that my wages were multiplied by 4 just because of this certificate. Now, if you don't want to be a teacher, CELTA is not for you. If you want to grow in your career, study abroad, or live in another country, the IELTS is the perfect match for you. The IELTS is accepted by thousands and thousands of companies, educational institutions, and immigration offices all over the world, so it is certainly going to help you. But do you ever feel lost preparing for IELTS? There is so much material on the internet that it can get the process even more complicated. It's difficult to know which information you can trust in. Also, I see all the time on Facebook or other social networks people posting their essays, for example, and practically begging,
"Oh, could you please correct my essay? Could you please give me a band score?"
And then I see people's answers.
"Oh, this would be a 6, or you'd certainly get a 7.5.
In other cases I say,
"Oh, could you please be my speaking partner for IELTS? I need to practice every day."
And very rarely you will get the help you need. The average band score that people get in the whole world is just 6. 6 means that you are at more or less intermediate level, and it gets worse when it comes to writing. The average band score that people get in the whole world is just 5.5. Unfortunately, in most cases, this band score is not sufficient. Failing the IELTS is not only frustrating because you're not going to get your objectives, but also it can cause you a serious financial loss. The fee to book the test is very expensive, and then if you try it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times or more and you don't get the band score you need, it's gonna cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But why do so many people get such low scores? Well, I can guarantee you it's not because their English is not good enough. For example, I have seen intermediate students get higher scores than advanced students. And how is that possible? The fact is, to be successful in IELTS, it's not enough to have the level of English proficiency that you need, but you have to know very well how to do the test. The test is very complex. To do well, you will need to know the structure of the test very well. You will need to be familiar with all types of questions that you may see when you do the test, and you will have to know how to manage your time efficiently as well. Many people will fail because they think that if they memorize long lists of complex or fancy words, idioms, or structure, they will impress the examiner. But this is an illusion. Broadly speaking, people fail because they don't know what the examiner expects to hear and read from them. And this is exactly what you need to learn. And that's what we want to offer you. We have developed this prep course for IELTS. And our intention is not to offer you any miracle or any easy way or magic words for you to pass. If you are to be successful in IELTS, it's going to demand you lots of effort, hard work, and commitment, and that depends totally on you. But what we want to offer you is a comprehensive course that's going to cover every part of the test and everything you need to know to master it. For example, you need to know that in the reading section of the test, you have only 1 hour to read 3 long texts. Usually, this time is not enough. So, you need to develop the ability to read faster, and to do that, there are techniques that you need to learn. Also, you have to be familiar with all types of questions. There are more than 10 types of questions that you may see in the test. You have to be very familiar with each of them and know how to answer them, because each one requires one different strategy and technique. In our course, you are going to study one by one in depth. You are going to see explanations, examples, and then you are going to do exercises to practice what you have learned. Similarly, in the listening part, you have to be very familiar with all types of questions. You also have more than 10 possibilities, and each one with their particularity, which you have to be very familiar with. Besides that, you are going to listen to 4 different recordings. One of the biggest challenges of the listening part is that you can listen to many different types of accents, and some accents are harder than others because we are not familiar with them. But the good news is, you don't need to understand the whole recording, 100% of the recording, to be able to answer the questions correctly. There are techniques that will help you to focus on what is really important while you are listening to any recording, and then you are going to be able to pick the correct answer even if you don't understand all the recording. The writing section of IELTS is the scariest one. As I told you before, this is the main reason for people to get low scores. In the writing section of the test, you will need to write 2 texts. In task 1, you need to write at least 150 words. You will be giving a figure, probably a graph or an illustration. You have to interpret it and write a report about that. Task 2 is even more challenging. There is a question where they discuss one issue, and you will be required to give your opinion about that issue. As you don't know what it's gonna be about before you do the test, you don't have time to prepare for it, and you need to explain very well why you think what you are putting on the paper. So, as you can see, both tasks demand totally different approaches, and you will need to know exactly how to write the paragraphs, how to organize your ideas. In our course, after you learn all these, you have a practical part. You are going to write 4 texts, and we are going to correct and comment to you. The dynamic is like this: you write your text, you submit it to us, we correct and comment, send it back to you, you check our feedback and see what you could do better. After this, you have another exercise which you are going to write, submit to us, we are going to correct, comment, give you the feedback, and then you're going to learn what you need to do better, and it repeats for 4 times. After you do this, you'll be ready to take the test and get a higher score. The same is gonna happen in the speaking part. The speaking section of the text has 3 different parts. Again, each part requires a different approach. In our course, you are going to study each part individually, and you are going to understand how each one works. Then, you do some practice. You have exercises that were taken for previous IELTS exams, so they are original material. You are going to record yourself and submit your answers to us. We are going to listen, correct, and give you feedback. Then you will get this feedback and learn how you could do better. Finally, you are going to do another exercise and do the same procedure. You are going to record yourself, send it to us, and we are going to send you the feedback. By the end of this course, you will surely be ready to perform much better and get much higher scores at the IELTS test. When you enroll to our course, you have support for 1 year. It means that for a whole year, we are going to be side by side preparing for the test. Because of all this, we believe that our course will make a huge difference in your preparation for the test. And we trust it so much that we offer you a 15-day guarantee. If you buy our course and in 15 days you realize it's not for you, or you don't like it, you get your money back. But we are pretty confident it's not gonna happen. So, don't wait any longer. Don't postpone your dreams. Invest in yourself. You deserve it. You deserve to take the test and perform your best. It's not fair when you take the test and you get a lower score than you deserve, not because your English was not good enough, but because you didn't know how to answer the questions, how to do the test. This is not fair. So, do the test with confidence. Click the button to enroll to our course and start your future today. Practically people get all over the world is just 6. 6 means that you are at more or less an 6 means that you are 6 means that you are at about. It's gonna cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But